doctor says I'm gonna be blind in one eye. It wasn't just the poke, it was the burn too. The thing kept burning after it punctured the eye.
When you think of the word injury, what springs to mind? Theater, right? Well, maybe not, but perhaps it should. Gruesome Playground Injuries is a play written by Ravi Joseph. A fast-paced, intense, and darkly comic play, it tells the story of Kayleen and Doug, two friends whose lives are intertwined through a series of injuries that bring them together. Joseph highlights the complexity and messiness of life, reminding us that it becomes a bit easier with someone by our side. We're here at Art House Productions' gorgeous new space in Jersey City to speak with the cast and creatives behind Gruesome Playground Injuries. Gruesome Playground Injuries is a heck of a title. Can you give us an idea of what the show is about?
At its core, it's about a relationship between two people that just happens to be bookmarked by a series of injuries that are inflicted and are experienced by both of them at different points in their lives.
The show is about two kids that meet when they're 8 years old, and it follows their lives all the way through 38.
It's a real character study of people who kind of have a cosmic connection.
The two characters, Kayleen and Doug, they meet because Doug has had a gruesome playground injury. He has fallen off of the roof of the school. From that point on, every time we see these characters, there is an injury, whether it's an exterior injury or an internal emotional injury. So it's the thing that bonds them at the beginning of the show, and it's the thing that also drives them apart.
How would you say you connect to the show on a personal level?
I have a best friend that has gone through some of the struggles that Kayleen goes through, and I've been there for her in those times and watched her go into those places and helped her come out of those dark places. We have the power with our friends and community to come out of those places if we let ourselves fall into our people around us. And so this is the kind of show that makes me really appreciate my friends.
I had to get this phone call at work telling me that my dad is lying dead on the driveway, and then dealing with everybody.
Can you tell us a bit about your character?
Kayleen is a pretty complicated girl. While Doug has all these physical injuries, Kayleen has a lot of internal injuries that you can't see, but I think he sees them more than anybody else in her life, which is very scary. It's also comforting at times. I think she feels like she's the most herself around him, but at the same time, she is so afraid to get hurt that there's kind of this barrier around Kayleen for a lot of the play.
Doug is an interesting guy, for sure. He definitely follows his instinct, his impulses. Might be considered a little bit of an outcast by his peers and the folks that he grew up with, the folks that he's around, but he never lets it make him feel uncomfortable. He has a great relationship with Kayleen, and they've known each other for such a long time, and he really cares for her extraordinarily deeply. Just like anybody else, he has his flaws. He has things that make him take a step back, but he has the confidence to take it in stride and to kind of keep pushing.
Top 10 nicest things anyone has ever done for me have all been done by you.
So this story spans 30 years. What's it like to play that age range?
You take a lot of turns emotionally and mentally, and you go through the angst of being a teenager and kind of learning how to settle with that in your 20s and into your 30s, and also, of course, like learning lessons that maybe you should have learned.
As an actor, you know, it's really exciting. There's so many things to play with and so much meat to dig into with an 8-year-old scene and a 13-year-old scene going through puberty, and your body and your hormones are changing. And so it's getting me out of my comfort zone, but I also think that I'm learning a ton from going to those places, and now they're becoming my favorite scenes.
What about this show are you most excited to share with audiences?
At the end of the day, it almost feels to me like a little bit of a word of warning to people that if you can't express to the people who matter the most to you how you feel about them and what they do for you, and put your focus on how you can be there for other people, the consequences are kind of devastating.
This is probably one of the most honest scripts that I've been able to be a part of. This is very real. It's the beautiful thing about an honest script is that it really brings people together because it highlights how universal some parts of the experience are.
We're actually going to be doing a mental health sort of fireside Q&A with our audience, with a moderator who works in the therapy world, and have our audience ask questions of our actors what it was like to get into the headspace of these people that go through over 30 years of life in 90 minutes, and where does that journey take them?
This play reminds me, I guess, what's important in life, whether the characters get it or not. I hope that the audience gets that feeling.
Gruesome Playground Injuries runs October 18th through November 10th at Art House Productions in Jersey City. I'm Gina Marie Rodriguez for Jersey Arts. Thanks for watching.